In the blink of an eye, we're almost halfway through 2024. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris and welcome back to another video. So just like that, we are already at the end of May, heading into June, which means summer movie season is about to be in full force. But let's take a look back and rank all 5 May 2024 movies that I saw from my least favorite to my favorite. I didn't see as many movies as I would have liked to, but I'm really not that mad that I missed out on the Garfield movie. What can I say? Before I get into this ranking, be sure to hit that like button and comment down below your ranking of the May 2024 movies that you saw. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. And of course, check out my Patreon link down below where you guys can watch movies and TV shows with me. I've got tons of fun, exclusive content planned over there, including live streams. Any support goes a very long way. Without further ado, let's jump into this tier list. All right, so the tiers I have are the best, which only one movie will go in, really good, solid, meh, and the worst, which only one movie will go in. Kickstarting this thing is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, which took me by surprise. I'm not a huge fan of Fury Road, though I have been wanting to rewatch it lately after viewing this movie. I'm putting this in really good. It took me by surprise because it puts such an emphasis on the characters. Almost the whole first hour of this movie explores Furiosa's backstory and really sets her up as a protagonist you can root for. You've got Chris Hemsworth as the despicable Dementus in this film, giving his career best performance probably, and there's still some badass action in this film, 2 standout sequences in particular. The movie's a bit too long, and I do think in terms of VFX, it doesn't hold a candle to Mad Max Fury Road, but regardless, I thought it was a prequel done right, a really, really good continuation of this series, and I need to go back and revisit Fury Road soon and hopefully have a new appreciation for it after all of the depth that's added to Furiosa in this film. Then we've got The Idea of You. This is based on a Harry Styles fanfic, and it stars Anne Hathaway. She is the mother of a teenage daughter who's a fan of this boy band. She ends up going to this music festival and having to do this meet and greet with one of the members of this boy band, and of course, they end up falling in love. The media gets involved, there's tons of drama, and the movie was fine. There's some cute moments. Anne Hathaway shines as always, but if I'm being frank, it's the worst movie I saw last month. I'm putting it down there right now. I don't really think I'll ever revisit this one. It was fine enough. There's better romance films out there. There's some comedy in this film that's fine, and of course there's a real connection between these two actors. Like, they had pretty good chemistry on screen. Admittedly, the movie can get a little awkward and uncomfortable at times, but I will say, August Moon had some bangers in this movie. That's the fictional band that's basically a take on One Direction. So shout out to The Idea of You for giving us some bops. Next, we've got The Fall Guy, a movie that's really underperforming at the box office, but I had a blast with it. It was pure action-packed fun that really made me appreciate the behind the scenes of movie making, specifically the stunt department, even more than I already did. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt are absolute movie stars, and they prove that here. Aaron Taylor Johnson steals almost every scene he's in. He really got to show off his comedic chops here, and I just really am a fan of movies that give us that behind the scenes glimpse at movie making itself. Movies like Singing in the Rain or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. 2 vastly different movies, of course, but they show different aspects of Hollywood and making movies, and The Fall Guy really highlights the action sequences and stunt work that we see in these big budget blockbusters nowadays. I had so much fun with this one. I've been wanting to rewatch it soon, and it's already on digital. I'm putting this at the top of really good. I wish more people went and saw it. I guess the consensus from the common moviegoer or person is that it looked too generic. That's what I've heard people say, at least, that don't go to the movies a lot often. They're like, didn't look very special, so somehow the marketing missed with the normal movie-going audience, I guess, but for me, this movie really worked. I had so much fun with it, and it's got one of the best needle drops of the year with Taylor Swift's All Too Well. Never gonna turn that down. Next, we've got If, which stands for Imaginary Friend. This is directed by John Krasinski. I went in with very low expectations and walked out super shocked at how much I loved this movie. It almost moved me to tears multiple times. It was so heartwarming, and the movie's a lot deeper than you might think if you just watch that trailer. It has a lot to say about grieving and moving on in life, but it's also a movie that you walk out of and appreciate the little things 10 times more. It's one of those movies, for me at least, that really made me walk out and say, hey, I need to appreciate my relationships more, my friends, my family, the little things in life. It's just a joyful watch. It reminds you, hey, your childhood might be gone and you might not be able to go back and relive those days where you had it easy, carefree, you know. As you become an adult, more problems exist, and the real world's a scary place. Awful things are gonna happen. Life's not fair, but you can always hold on to those childhood memories. They're never going anywhere. You can feel nostalgic and reminisce on some of the fondest days of our lives. We can't go back to them, but we all have that inner child within us. This movie reminded me of that. It is a perfect family movie night watch, and we don't get a lot of family movies like this. It really struck a chord with me emotionally, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. John Krasinski's just got it when it comes to directing, so I'm putting it in the best. I think it takes the top spot for me in terms of May movies. Yes, The Fall Guy and Furiosa are both really good as well, but If really landed with me emotionally more than those films and has really stood out as one of the sweetest movies I've seen in theaters in quite some time. And the last movie I saw in May of 2024 was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the fourth film in the Apes reboot series, set hundreds of years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes, and this movie was sorely missing a character like Caesar. In fact, none of the characters in this movie really stood out, and if they did, they were really underutilized, specifically Rocca, specifically Proximus Caesar. The most interesting characters in this film didn't have big enough roles. It's way too long and drawn out, clocking in at almost 2.5 hours, and I felt as though the main plot meandered so much and didn't really have a real purpose. If you're going to this movie for action sequences, don't expect much. Like Dawn and War have a lot more action-packed moments, but even then, I didn't care enough about the characters in this film to really feel invested. Yes, there's apes in the film, but being an ape isn't enough for me to care about a character. I really dig some of the ideas presented here, specifically the idea of leaders who really have no place leading. They have these false beliefs and have lied to everybody. The movie explores the twisting of someone's legacy with Caesar, but all in all, I felt like it was a real surface level exploration of some of these really neat ideas, and the movie just ended up falling flat for me. It fizzled out pretty quickly and is one of the more underwhelming films I've seen in a while, making it a meh watch. Honestly, The Idea of You isn't that worse of a movie. I just could see myself revisiting Apes over The Idea of You, which is why I have it in the tier higher. But those are the only May 2024 movies that I saw. As we get into June, hopefully I see more. But let me know in the comments down below your favorite movie you watched in May of 2024. And of course, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It will mean a lot. And if you guys want to watch movies and shows with me, you can do so on my Patreon. For $5 a month, you'll gain access to lots of exclusive content, including live streams. Looking forward to all I've got planned over there this summer. But that'll do it. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.